this is Jeff from Studio 41 Gaming, and I'm back with the next Smite Arena God video, and we're talking about Nox. So let's get into the God Builder here, and first off, we got Shoes of Focus, and we got Magical Power, Mana, Cooldown, and Movement Speed. We got Spear of the Magus, Magical Power, Penetration, and then the passive that your abilities reduce your target's magical protection by 10 for 5 seconds. That's actually pretty nice for Nox, so there's a reason why I have that here. And then next I got Ethereal Staff, Magical Power, Health, Crowd Control Reduction, and then your abilities deal bonus magical damage to enemy gods equal to 5% of their max health, but of course that effect can only happen once every 10 seconds. Next we got Pythagorean's Peace, Magical Power, Mana, Lifesteal, Cooldown, and of course it's a nice aura that buffs magical people, magical lifesteal, magical power, and you know, all that good stuff. Next we got Chronos' Pendant for magical power, mana per second, a ton of cooldown, and of course it's awesome passive for cooldowns. And then last we got Soul Reaver, power, mana, and then of course it's epic passive of, it's basically an Uber version of the Ethereal Staff. But it can only happen once every 40 seconds, which kind of sucks. But when you combine it with Nox's ult, the results are amazing. And then we got Beads and Aegis for the last two relics. So for Nox's passive, we got her candles that whenever she lights a candle, whenever she uses an ability, yeah, it's whenever she casts one, she gets plus 3% magical power, which is awesome. And it maxes out, I think, at 4 or 5. So her first ability is Shadow Lock, where she just holds people in place for a few seconds, and it does a decent amount of damage late game. Then her Siphon Darkness, which is probably her most infamous ability, where she creates like an area on the ground that silences enemies and then blows up after a few seconds, and it hits like a goddamn freight train. Now we got Shadow Step, where she dashes, and if she hits an allied god, she travels around with them, and she can also pop out and deal damage, and she also does damage if she during her charge, when she just, well, dash technically, but you know what I mean. And then we got Night Terror, her other very infamous ability, as she shoots a freaking giant ball of crap and blows up and hits hard and does a lot of tick damage. 1 second for 5 seconds. That shit hits hard. And then for her God Builder, you'll see in the gameplay, I will warn you, it was the default God Builder, which I did do well with. So obviously it's not bad, but I think this is a lot better. For some reason, the default God Builder is focusing Shadow Step, which is, I'll be honest, is Nox's least useful ability. You're going to probably be using it more as an escape than anything. But I set up a new one that focuses Siphon Darkness, and then Shadow Lock, and then Shadow Steps, which I think would be the right way to go. But I will let you know now that the default God Builder, I did do well with it, but this just makes a lot more sense. So let's get on to the gameplay. So for Nox, she's incredibly simple to play. You're going to lead with your 2 to silence enemies, and then hit them with your 1 that will hold them in place, hopefully in the same area as your 2, so you get that guaranteed explosion from the 2. And I don't have that up right in front of me, so it's going at the 2. I can't remember its name specifically right now, but it explodes, hits lots of damage, and then your 1's still going to hit hard, late game at least, and you're going to get a lot of damage. And do not underestimate your 1. It is very, very good for engaging if you're playing with people that have a brain, that is. So you can definitely initiate with your 2 and 1, or even just 1 if you don't have the 2 up right now. You can just pop your 1 on someone and hold them there for an assassin or some hunters to get some hits on. And Nox is, I mean, that's basically it. What more do you need? What do I need to say? Everyone has seen Nox, how freaking annoying she is with her 2-in-1, and then escape with a 3 and pop out. You know, it's pretty simple stuff. But other than that, with Nox, you're basically looking at just normal mage stuff. Whenever your tank ults, you can use your ult to hit whoever they get pulled for obviously huge damage. And Nox's ult has very, very, very overpowered range. It's basically a snipe at some point. Maybe not like Janus or Raw level, but it's pretty freaking close. And the dot that it lays on enemies late game hits really hard. So if you don't finish your job with the initial hit, that will finish enemies off, and you may even forget about them. It'll be like an entire it'll be like an entire 5 seconds later, and all of a sudden you get a kill. And I even forgot how that even happened once. Like, how did I get a... Oh, now I remember. So with Nox, she is one of the most annoying and simple gods to play, and I swear if I see more people playing Nox after this, I'm going to seriously regret making this video. Thanks for watching.